All right, Enrique Hernandez.
On
Present, Judge.
October 2nd.
Was that an FTO?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello again, Judge.
Hello again. All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge, first off, we have a motion to substitute again in our firm. I still need to look at discovery. I've been able to look at the state's file. I need access to videos. I've spoken with the state this morning. They're in the process of reviewing the case to tender a plea offer. We're asking for a short reset. I believe the court has already scheduled another case for December 19th. I could have that date to appear for discovery compliance and to let the state know whether we're going to be accepting a plea or not.
All right,
Please, Judge.
and is your client a citizen or not?
He is not a U.S. citizen, Your Honor. He has had a chance to consult with an immigration attorney. She's obtained a Padilla letter. I have an appointment to speak with her tomorrow afternoon.
All right, we're gonna go in the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 0073006, State of Texas versus Enrique Hernandez. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Harrison for the state.
John St. Heinrich for Mr. Hernandez.
And are you Mr. Hernandez? Yes. All right, and we have an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Norma Newell.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, can you raise your hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Mr. Hernandez, the attorney has filed a motion to substitute in as the attorney of record. Do you have any objections to this attorney representing you?
No.
All right, then the court will sign the motion and we will come back on December 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. And once he signs the reset form, he'll be excused.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, you're so welcome. It was good seeing you. All right.
Yeah.
That was very like.
Norma, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
It's on my desk. You need me to send it now?
The friction pen. In the, in the.
Wait a minute. I haven't come in yet.
Because honestly, I haven't done it. There's like next, it's sitting on my monitor. We're getting rid of the branch.
Just send it over.
Okay. Is it good? It's okay.
Alcaraz, Joshua? Yeah. All right.
Please be seated. Taylor Kirchmeyer. Kirchmeyer. All right, where are we on the PTD?
I have a signed contract ready to turn in, Your Honor.
Okay, I need a reset date for PTD.
I'm on vacation starting the 17th, Your Honor, vacation letter on file.
All right,
On the 17th through the 7th. Your
all right, Norma, so bring this back on December 16th. And you need to make sure that you're here on that date, you understand? All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
James McGarity. Hi, why are you late?
Just woke up late.
Sorry, what?
I just woke up late.
Well, this is not the first time that you've been late. You didn't show up on the 18th, which was yesterday. Then you show up late today. All right. You need to have a seat on the front row and don't leave. Yes, he does.
You want to put them in the box?
Sure. And you can see if his attorney is going.
Out of county. She has to leave out of county.
Okay. Well, we can recall it for Thursday.
Pena. John Pena, right?
All right, Norma, I just put him on the docket for Thursday.
With Thursday?
Mhm. Deputy Laura, you can go ahead and take him through.
Okay. We got everything. Yeah. Yeah. Can you put Hernandez up there?
Martinez.
John Pena and Hernandez.
Who's Martinez?
Oh, Martinez.
Heather Martinez.
Heather Martinez. Yeah. All the way.
And I'm just checking, also.
How we going? Thank you. Unless you have to. I got there before we broke the lunch.
Yeah.
John Pena?
Warrenstone.
Yes. Is the attorney here on John Pena?
Yes, sir.
All right, Norma, I need a jury trial date, correct, counsel?
Yes, Judge, and we also had, we're gonna make an oral request for a bond setting on his remand without bond. State and I have heard about that.
All right. What date for jury trial?
Give me 1 second, Judge. I can do 29.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be December 9th.
And I think the state has a recommendation in terms of a bond amount, and we're fine with the recommendation.
All right. We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 6530 State versus John Paul Pena. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Andrew Harris, Salem.
defense?
Raymond Martinez.
And are you Mr. Pena?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense, you're making an oral motion to set bond?
Yes, I'm actually filing one, Judge, but we just got retained yesterday, so I haven't quite got it done yet. He's remanded based on a previous failure to appear, but Mr. Pena's in.
Well, just 1 second. Any objections to the defense's oral motion?
No, you're.
All right, you may proceed.
He had a previous failure to appear, Judge. His bond previously was 6,000. He had a death in the family, and there were some really sensitive, delicate matters to deal with at that point, and that's why he missed court. And the state's recommending a higher amount, and we're gonna agree to that.
All right, and are you aware of the death in the family?
I'm aware because he told me, I don't know personally. No, I don't know him personally as a client.
Okay.
But his wife, who's here in court, apparently was her brother, and I'm sure she was aware, and she could testify to it.
All right, and state, what are you requesting the bond at?
15,000, Your Honor.
And I see here that there's an assault family household member on 2024 PF 20097. Who's the complainant in that case?
His wife, Judge.
And what's her name?
Sarah M. Reyes,
RAYOS, ROYAS.
RAYS,
Okay, Ara.
You do.
RAYAS.
Sorry.
All right, and is there no contact order in place with regards to that?
I signed one at the magistrate downstairs.
I'm assuming we'll be following a motion to modify that condition. He's been in jail for a while now, about a month.
Yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
Any conditions with your recommendation for bond state?
Partial GPS, Your Honor.
Defense?
Judge, my client is self-employed. He's in the construction business. I know it's very hard to move around. The GPS, when you don't have a set place to go every day. So if he's got to put the GPS on, we would ask for tracking. He goes from job site to job site. It's I like as lawyers, you go where the work is.
Any objection to tracking?
No, Your-
All right, there'll be GPS tracking. Are you able to afford GPS?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'm gonna set the bond at 20,000. And your next court date is gonna be for jury trial, and that's gonna be on December 9th. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you give them a reset form, is there anything else?
Not for the day, Judge, no. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a seat, sir.
Excuse me, there's no talking in the box. That's how people get in trouble. You gotta follow the rules. And for the people in the box, nobody in the box can help you because none of them are attorneys. And guess what? They're in the same position that you're in. There are only two things that somebody who's in custody can tell you. One, when is everybody catching chain? And two, how much time people are actually doing on parole. That's all. Anything else? No. Heather Martinez. Heather Alicia Martinez.
For Ms. Martinez,
Mhm.
she did not answer docket. Our office has not been able to get a hold of her.
All right, we'll go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 009-741 State versus Heather Alicia Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record? State,
Andrew Harris, Salem.
defense?
Brandon Lopez standing in for Rochelle Soto.
All right, this docket was called at 9 a.m. The defendant did not answer at 9 a.m. It is now 1:57 p.m. and the defendant has still not answered. Counsel, have you had any contact with Ms. Martinez?
Our office has attempted the numbers we have and no contact, Your Honor.
All right, Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for Ms. Martinez? All right, state.
Forfeit the bond, issue a warrant, Your Honor.
All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant and remain your client without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Oscar Garcia. Oscar Garcia,
Is that the one who's going to do? The judge, he's the one who's active.
okay, thank you. His attorney is not here. Norma Jason Bustos. Recall that for December 3rd. All right, Brian Trujillo. Brian Trujillo. Michael Kilgore.
He's in the box.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see.
Jonathan Ramirez.
Ready, Your Honor.
And did you get the other information from Norma?
Not yet. I'll get
Okay.
that.
Court is calling 2024 CR 007913, State of Texas versus Jonathan Ramirez. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Alexandria Box to the state.
I'll report for Mr. Ramirez.
And are you Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ramirez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with assault family household with the impeding of breath or circulation? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses? The state will call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking into consideration NIMAG number 719787, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Do you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea.
It is.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Oh, yeah.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be 48 hours of community service restitution and no contact with Angelina Ramirez. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
State offers states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
All right, state, have you had contact with the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If the court pleases.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I know that the crime is a serious crime. However, they share a child together. And although he's not court ordered to pay child support, I believe that's going to probably be coming. He does support the child. He has a job at Toyota. They don't have any contact with each other right now, him and the complainant. They deal with their child through the grandparents. And so he's remorseful for what he's done. We respectfully request the court to follow the agreement.
All right, how old are you?
22.
All right, here's what you need to realize about relationships. And I read the police report. If you think someone is being unfaithful, if you think someone is being disrespectful, you're involved with a conversation with them and they're talking to another guy or talking to another girl, you have 2 choices. One, you either accept it or you leave it alone. Violence is not the answer. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the child you have, is this a boy or girl?
He's a boy.
All right. Let me just tell you, children learn from their parents. That's how they learn to talk. If you see a child that's using profanity and they're very young, they learn that from the household that they're in and people are speaking profanity. If you see a child and they see abuse in their family, they will learn that that's how you deal with relationships. Maybe with son, they'll learn might makes right. And that's how you solve arguments. Maybe with the daughters, they'll be thinking, well, my father loves my mom and he hits on my mom. So maybe that's a way to show love. You don't want to bring that in the household. You understand? All right, this is what the court is going to do. There's $1,000 fine. That will be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. Take in consideration night mag number 719787. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Angelina Ramirez. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. 48 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Good job.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Probation will go over conditions. Once you've signed those, you may be excused. We can go off the record. And this court, to be successful at probation, communication is key. If you feel there is an issue and probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's 2 of us, Johnny. He just has one. It's my wife.
Tony Rodriguez. Yes.
Client apparently didn't answer this morning, the bond, and I haven't had any
All
contact
right,
with him.
we'll
See
go on
if
the-
I can locate him.
All right, we're on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 009421. State of Texas versus Tony Rodriguez. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Andrew Harris Edelman for the state.
Carl Baser for the defendant, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's currently 2:12 p.m. The defendant did not answer docket this morning. This case was also on the docket on November 18th, 2024. The defendant was a no-show at that time as well. So the court ordered that this case be recalled today. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Your Honor. I will
Oh.
attempt to locate him, see what's going on.
All right, and the court will note on the record, there appears to be an affidavit to surrender surety. State, what are you requesting? Because the affidavit to surrender surety has already been signed. Is that correct? Your Honor?
Your Honor, the state's request is that if the affidavit of surety of surrender has not already been signed, then would the court please sign it and issue a patch warrant.
All right, thank you. That will be done. Anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
All right, Diane, can you make sure, in this case number that the affidavit to surrender surety has been signed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Looking for it.
Just looking for the warrants right there. If you couldn't bring them up. we could just- And the waiver of closing comments, you gotta see. We don't have to. We requested mandatory. We requested. Choose.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
There was master security and surety, that was called back in January.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
And I could remain without bond.
Okay.
And what page is he on?
He is on page 4.
Thank you.
Mhm.
James Lord, all right, court is calling 2024 CR 008681 State versus James Harold Lord. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Antonio Adriano for the state.
Attorney of record is Joanne De Hoyos. Joseph states in standing in. Will you give this court permission for me to do this in place of Ms. De Hoyos?
He's asking you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, counsel. Have you received all the evidence in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Lord, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with assault of a peace officer? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, we had filed a psych eval and he was found competent. And, Your Honor, I believe, unless I misheard, would you repeat the range of punishment? Was it did you say 3rd degree or 2nd
Yes,
degree?
3rd degree, 2 to 10. Oh, I'm sorry. This is an assault of a peace officer, Judge. I'm sorry. There are other things that are on my mind. Thank you. The range of punishment is 2 to 20 years. Do you understand? All right, you may proceed.
Nothing further at this time, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lord, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. If everyone would just give me one moment.
I didn't know if you're using your pinky also, but I don't think so. It was just one finger.
Yes. All right, we're back on the record. And Mr. Lord, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison, and there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Officer Matthew Medina or Mary Gray. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plea? State, any evidence?
State offer State's Exhibit 1 with attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We hope that you follow the plea bargain agreement with the recommendations. He's been in custody for close to 6 months. He does have a separate case that is not tied to this case. It's a misdemeanor resisting arrest that he's going to handle separately in County Court 4. We already have court on the 21st scheduled. He's been unemployed for a while. He will have a job lined up, but I was hoping that maybe you could probate part of the fine.
All right, so I've seen the police report that there are some mental health issues. So do you have a case manager, sir, or someone? Have you been on any type of medications before?
They had me on it's like a well-being training or something like that.
Mhm.
But I haven't been taking nothing at the jail,
Mhm.
and I pretty much been better. A lot better now.
And Joanne de Hoyos did file a psych eval. We had some concerns, however, he was found to be competent.
Okay. And have you ever received SSI? What type of employment have you done in the past? Okay. And do you have a place to stay if you're released? Is that the same place you were at before?
It's actually right down the road.
Okay. Does anyone else live there? All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $1,000 fine that will be probated. We can do a MIC evaluation out of custody. There's to be no contact with officers Matthew Medina and Mary Gray. Proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. And we can do a TAP evaluation out of custody. There should be 120 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else you need? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Thank you.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, then you can always come back to the court, okay? Thank you. You may be excused.
Judge.
Have a seat. Thank you.
Just already approach us on Garcia.
All right, thank you. And who are they ready to preach on? You said Garcia.
Oscar Garcia.
Oscar Garcia?
I'll fill in for you.
All right, thank you.
My understanding. He's in jail. They did not bring him over today. He's got an MTR. He also has a new number one judge.
Mhm.
I think that's why I'm on the case.
Yes.
I know the court wants to resolve the MTR, but reading the court summary on the MTR,
Oh, no, you're newly appointed, am I correct?
I just got appointed right now.
All right, so I understand that nothing can happen. You've been newly appointed. So what is the new number one?
Drug case.
And that hasn't been indicted?
No, he just picked it up October 24th.
Okay. All right. Norma, let's recall this in December. When are you gonna be here, counsel?
When the court sets my date.
Oh, thank you. Say that loud enough for all the other attorneys can hear. All right, we can bring it back on the 16th.
Be fine.
All right. Are we good?
16th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care of it.
Sharon Cardenas? All right, where are we on discovery?
I think they're gonna dismiss the case, so.
Oh, I don't have a dismissal form.
I'm gonna say it's complete.
So the state has filed a dismissal in your case. They say it's due to a missing witness. All right, so whatever brought you here today, make sure you don't come back. You understand? All right, thank you.
Thank you. You want to discuss something with you?
Michael Kilgore.
I'm a judge.
Hello. Hi, all right. All right, we'll start with the case where there's no application. Court is calling 2024 CR 0084337. And also 2023 CR 10767W. State versus Michael Kilgore Jr. Can I have parties announced for the state?
Charles Bunk for Mr. Kilgore.
And are you Mr. Kilgore?
No.
Counsel, and the cause number ending in 37, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Kilgore, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Kilgore, did you review court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
No.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
No.
Did you understand you're charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by felon? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
No.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
No.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
No.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
No.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Absolutely.
Mr. Kilgore, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 7 years in the prison. There are no applications. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 10767W. The state will take in consideration 2024 CR 008458. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? State any evidence.
No objection.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, we believe he's worthy of the plea bargain. We ask you to follow it.
All right, the court will sentence you to 7 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 10767W, taking consideration 2024 CR 008458. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
No.
And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
No.
All right, we're moving on to 2023 CR 10767W. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney, and did you understand it? Are you the same Michael Lee Kilgore Jr. who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 10767W for the offense of evading arrest, detention with a vehicle on November 29, 2023 for a term of 5 years? Is that you? State.
Yes, Your Honor, violating condition number 1 on the second day of May 2024 in Doe County, Texas. The defendant, Michael Lee Kilgore, Jr., for offense of felon in possession of firearm, violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. Both individual office probation will reform the underlying sentence to 7 years. That's the property corrections.
Is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge, that's our agreement.
All right, Mr. Kilgore, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal? The court will follow your agreement. Court will grant the motion revoked, sentence you to 7 years in the prison. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 008437. Court will give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else in that cause number with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
No.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to change your life. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in and out of somebody's prison for the rest of your life. And time is promised to no one. The only thing time promised you is it's gonna pass quickly and you will look up and your life is over. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you're released from prison, if you can't find a place to get back on the right track with housing or whatever your other issues are, if I'm still here, you can come here and I'll pick up the phone and call somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
Judge.
blessed day.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. You have a blessed day too.
They're gonna discuss those things.
Oh, yeah, give me your brother's name.
Last name.
Let me just put this in the system. Just 1 second. I need to give him some paperwork.
0291.
You want all the stuff to go to him? Your phone, what else?
All my property, yes, and
Whatever they got.
yeah,
Okay.
what's in
Okay, I got it.
But and then all of my phone was in my backpack and stuff. You could just-
Yeah, anything that they took, anything the cops took and had the property, I'll file a motion of all that released to Reggie. And then I'll call Reggie, he'll have to get a copy of the order from me, and he can take it over to the property. Okay. Yes,
Oh.
I turned it in.
All right, and then there's another one.
Yes.
This is back and stuff. I think that was just special, this is like this, right? Okay, that's not nice. No, no, you can have, this is right. I filled out another one.
No, I gave him both, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All righty. Oh, Charles.
There's another dismissal, but it's a duplicate.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. Can I see you in the back? Of
course. So, what you were asking about. Yeah.
Charles, do you have a copy of the dismissal forms? Your client wants copies of it. Sorry. If you're trying to come back. Thank you.
Oh, Charles, here's this one.
Is he ready? Oh, yeah, he is. Okay. James? Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Henson? All right, so what updates do you have before we go on the record?
I looked at the screen, Your Honor, as far as the drug court referral, and it said that he didn't meet the criteria, or he met the criteria, but he was rejected, according to the report. That was the last thing that we had.
All right, Ms. Abrams, do you have the drug court report so I can see it? All right, let me go to the email. So it's because of his history. So that's why they say they don't want him.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mhm. All right, Ms. Abrams, what is the time frame for DDRF? So here's the thing,
Is that when she says the time period, is that a wait time?
that's, he wants to know if that's a wait time. For example, he wants to know with DDRF, is that a wait time? So has he already been interviewed and he's just waiting to acceptance, or they still have to do the evaluation?
For December the 6th.
All right. And then once they complete the Tacoma evaluation, will we have a better idea of if DDRF is needed or not needed?
Yes.
All right. So what we'll do for your client then is we're going to recall this back so that I have a better idea. Norma, can you recall this back for December 10th?
And I just want to make sure on the last page that I gave you the. Oh, the Tacoma appointment is on December the 3rd.
All right. So that appointment is on December 3rd. So we'll bring you back. Is December 10th enough time for us to get an update?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we're gonna bring you back on December 10th. You understand? Okay. All right, and we'll be back on the 10th.
And just so you know, Judge, his family has been here at every setting and they continue to be here supporting him.
Okay, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
If you'll let them know that he's gonna come back on the 10th.
I will, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Have a seat, sir.
Okay. Could I see the following Fenton, please?
She contacted me acting to him.
Please don't. Of course.
Yes. I heard that.
You had asked about. Signed property, so
Okay,
I signed up.
sure. Oh, and I need the following Fenton.
Sorry, Judge.
No problem. There you go. Kawazawi. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. When he comes back, I'll take you out.
Your Honor.
You're welcome. Fenton? Is he in the back or is he on bond? All right, I'll wait for him.
Orosco?
We're being.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You, Laura? Mr. Dave, you can come back. Yes. All right, Mr. Day, how old are you? Sorry? Okay. We're gonna call you back. Norma, see if that attorney can be here on the 21st. If you could get in touch with them. If they can't be here on the 21st, then we're gonna recall this for December 2nd. We're gonna see if your attorney has an emergency issue that they have to take care of. So we're gonna see if they can be back here on Thursday. If they can't be back, then the latest will be December 2nd, okay? All right, you can have a seat. And is your client out here yet? Oh, he's still in the back? All right, thank you. All right, have him come up.
Come up, John.
Yes. Hello. All right, counsel, you've received all discovery?
I have not, Your Honor.
What is not?
Your Honor, I have downloaded all Discovery. I've talked to Jason Garahan. He said he's uploaded all Discovery. I've also given him a hard drive. I'm missing all written reports. There are no written police reports, autopsy, GSR, gun evidence. I talked to Jason and he was wondering, or I'd like to ask for a reset to bring a hard drive over and I'll sit with him and we can check off. There's 45 pages of evidence and I know I don't have it all. I did sit with the file all through lunch and saw a lot of stuff. So I put my eyes on it and I know it's there, but I don't have it in my possession yet.
All right, so when are y'all asking for this case to be recalled back?
Judge, 30 days would be sufficient. It's true that it seems that the discovery, it's all on Verific, but sometimes it doesn't go to e-discoveries for some odd reason. I have no idea. But he did, Eric did turn over a hard drive before and we have verification because we got it downloaded. But I don't know how or what happened, but we would do that within 30 days would be more than sufficient time.
All right, so the latest I can set this off for this year is December 19th. Or I can bring you all back the 1st of January, and I think by then all discovery should be had.
And Your Honor, if I may, I know over the holidays, sometimes courts are down, so I would like the longer one and that way.
Oh, we're not down in the 187.
Well, I know you're not, but,
So you're saying January?
please.
All right, Norma? Yeah. Can you put this down for January 9th? Yes. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, so we'll be back on January 9th. That's so your attorney can have all the discovery and we can make sure he has it. All right, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Any updates on the attorney on Jeremy Day?
No.
All right, December 2nd.
December 2nd?
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing that up. Oops, I'm so sorry. You're boring.
All right, Fenton. Norma on Fenton, put it down for the 21st, please. All right, and who is on Trujillo? And could I also see the file on Clara, please, Roscoe?
That was Renee. You appointed Renee Munoz Fuller
On Clara?
on Trujillo.
All right, then on Clara, can you see where the attorney is?
I already contacted Alfonso Sabana. He hasn't texted me back. He's really good about it. He must be.
Okay. And did we give a date for Trujillo?
No, because he didn't show up.
All right, and did we have our hearing?
Yeah, I think Renee.
No, Judge.
I was beginning to think, has my steel trap mind stopped working? But thank you. Good afternoon.
Want to just tell you before we get started, I have a ruptured eardrum, so I don't hear anything on this ear.
What happened?
Got an infection and
Ah,
anyway, it's all right.
okay.
Said in a few weeks I'll be able to hear.
Well, I'm glad you are with us.
The attorney on day says she can be here in the 23rd.
Okay. All right, let me change that in the system. All right, Norman, could I see the file back on Day, please? Mr. Day, your attorney said that they can be here on November 21st, so we'll bring you back on Thursday instead of December, okay? Thank you.
You wanted to see. That's what you wanted to see, two more.
I'm working on two more for both.
Thank you. Sandra Torres. And probation, this is an application. Hello. Hi, court is calling 2024 CR 010023C. Can I have parties announced?
Andrew Garcia, State.
Howdy, Joe Stenberg, representing Sandra Torres.
And are you Ms. Torres?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Torres, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
She has to hear you. Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, you're waiving count one, proceeding on count two.
Any objection?
Of course not.
All right, Ms. Torres, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in count two, your charge of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
One more time.
No. Do you believe that she is currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Torres, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
Took it in for.
Okay,
No, miss.
hopefully it's not dry. All right. Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2, and they're recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
One more time.
Have there been any such motions?
Oh, no.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. Did you understand that's a recommendation and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
State any evidence.
Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review, state you may be excused? Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We're ready.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yeah, she understands what she did. She understands the environment that she was in. And she needs to make a lot better choices in the future.
Right.
And she seems to believe that she can make the 6 years.
All right.
clean.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, my daughter's 34 years old. She works in Austin, Texas.
All right, do you have any grandchildren?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are their ages?
She is 5 years old. Just one, I only have one.
All right, do you have any family here in Bear County?
Yes, yes, I do. I have both of them. I do have like, I have my own practice. I was already started being like an entrepreneur. And so I do have my plans already set up. This is the 3rd time I go for it. So hopefully this one will be the one.
All right, so who are these people you were with? How do you know them?
You see, my girlfriend and we usually meet in that area in hotels because we live out on Congress and I live right here. So when we get together, we rent hotel rooms in that area. And we happen to encounter this individual, I guess, one of them individuals we encountered in one of the hotels. Because we bought grass, I bought grass for one of her houses.
Are you talking about Bermuda or St. Augustine, or are you talking about marijuana?
No. Land grass, miss.
Okay,
I'm an entrepreneur and a multi-talented person.
all right, so here's what I don't understand. You're meeting some random people at a hotel,
Yes, it was.
but
Mistake.
there are drugs in the vehicle that you're driving.
Yes, it was a wrong mistake because.
No, it's not a mistake. Here's the thing. This is want to explain something to you. And I used to say this all the time to my client when I was a defense attorney. My thing was, you've already pled to it. There's no need to weave a story that's a fanciful story that it may not be true, right? So where we are now and this whole process is you pled true. I'm sorry, you pled no contest. I've read the evidence. Based upon what I've seen, I'm finding that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, which means I've read this and beyond a reasonable doubt, you did it, right? So we're past the point of trying to make things appear as rosy, right? We're just trying to get the truth. And let me just tell you why I'm trying to get the truth. Because I want to know what conditions to give you so that you will be successful on this probation. All right. Now, what I can tell you is the people in this vehicle, I don't believe that they were meeting you to purchase Bermuda grass or St. Augustine grass or any of that. This is all drug issues because everyone in the vehicle had drugs. The police officer is saying the 2 passengers in the back had drugs between them. The officer is saying you wouldn't open the door. He had you to get out of the door. A female comes and you have drugs. So guess what? Everybody in their lives, me included, I'm always trying to better myself, hopefully. Your attorney's trying to better himself. Nobody's perfect.
I'm with you.
We're all just working on ourselves so we can be the best that we can be, right? So you don't have to be dishonest with me at this stage, because guess what? You sign up for deferred. I'm going to give you deferred. Right now, I'm just trying to see what conditions would be best suited for you, okay? So we're going to start over. I find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I'm going to defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. So you say you have a granddaughter, that's fine. How do you know these people that you ended up with?
The female is my lover.
Okay,
The two males, we met them at the hotel because that happened. We rent the hotel for a week.
okay.
So truly, I don't have no true knowledge of these individuals and the capacity of telling because we have just met them and that truly.
See what drugs will make you do? You're up there in a car, you and your partner are in a car with two people that you say you don't even know them, and they're two males.
That is true.
Anything could have happened.
Yes,
This
and-
could have been a Lifetime movie. You know what they would name it? Danger at the Hotel. Because
Yeah.
Lifetime movies, they always come up with these names that will get you intrigued by it. And then I will sit there and watch it and I will say, there's no way anybody did this. And then the screen will go black and you'll have a name, you know, a law named after you. So don't do that. All right?
No, so I'm grateful to on the side because like you say, as you say, you know, we just got scared because we didn't know in whose hands we were really.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. You need to stop going to that motel and having drugs or buying drugs. You understand?
We probably run a motel downtown.
No, downtown does, let me just tell you, downtown is touristy. They don't want people buying drugs downtown.
But that
And let me
is the
just tell
woman
you,
there.
downtown, there's a police officer on every corner. You know why? Because downtown is a touristy area. They want people to come here and enjoy the Riverwalk and enjoy other places. Downtown is really, well, no place is really the place to commit offenses, but downtown really is for
I'm
tourists.
talking about my partner and I, we go to the hotel just to meet because she lives with her mom and I live with my friend, with my aunt, so. Like, we don't like, there's no need to meet and.
I'm telling you, don't bring drugs downtown.
No,
All right.
that will not happen again. You won't see me again, miss.
All right.
You won't see me.
Court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. So how often is your partner using drugs?
Yeah, miss.
All right, well, I'm going to help you find out. This is what I'm going to do. There's to be no contact with the following. Julian A. Rodriguez. Andres, Anders. Tamayo, Tamallo Jr. And Christy Brown. Not anymore. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Guess what? If you do well on probation, you can finish early. So whether or not your probation is terminated early and you get to see her, that's 100% dependent on you. But while you're on probation, the answer is no. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. 200 hours of community service restitution. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months.
What was that?
Sorry. Oh, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Cap evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need to be successful?
Yes, on my job, I'm a maintenance. I do maintenance on my job and I've been with them since 1999.
Oh, you can work at your job. I'm saying that you can't have a job as a home healthcare provider with minors. You understand?
Okay, yes, ma'am, yes.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court?
I'd like clarification.
Yes.
120 sober meetings
sober support meetings in 120 days.
I want every day.
Yes.
So you're gonna get information where those places are?
Oh, yes.
I've never
And they're,
heard
all- yeah, they're all over the city. It's sober support meetings. Basically, they changed the name from NA or AA meetings.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll work on the right away.
all right. Is there anything else you need?
No, miss.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. If there's anything you need, be sure to let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing the issue, you can always come back to court. All right, thank you.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Let's talk through this for a second.
No, I'm sorry. I know there isn't. I got it. I'm sorry. I was thinking of somebody else. Yes. The two applications.
You want what? Yeah. And Norma, can I have the remainder of the files that we have left?
I have everything kind of everywhere.
Okay. Well, I can tell you who we still have on the list. We have Trujillo, which I have up here.
These are the ones that we have.
All right.
The other one's an empty.
Okay.
All right, Norma. You said that Tennyson, that was transferred to 290, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the file, and that's all we got. And I'm having you two pleas in a minute.
Okay, and the other pleas are on Rodriguez, right?
Yes.
All right, David Johnson. Are you ready? I have David Wayne Johnson. Okay. Jonathan Orosco.
Yes.
Orozco.
Associated with this.
He's free to go, no, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, bye.
And are you all gonna be proceeded on the amended, first amendment or no?
Sure.
Okay. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0701 State versus Jonathan Nathan Orosco. Can I have parties announced for the record? State.
Jason Beer, Your Honor.
Charles Bunk for Mr. Orosco.
Are you Mr. Orosco? All right, did you review the documents entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? You did not understand it? All right. Are you the same Jonathan Nathan Orosco who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 0701 for the offense of evading arrest or detention second or more on February 27th, 2024 for a term of 4 years? Is that you? All right. State.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1, ordered about the day of June 2024. Text Orosco. Text that violation condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? State. Any objection? All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
Yes.
Adjudicate guilt and revoke the individual's probation, sentenced in the 9 months in the state jail facility. The state will be taken into consideration. County Court number 1, case number 2024 CC 736131, and also failure to ID. Police filing 2024 PF 21135.
No objections.
All right. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yeah.
Are you asking the court to follow that plea? Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Got it.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. The court will find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility. Take into consideration 2024 CC 736131 and 2024 PF 21135. The court will give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yeah, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yes, I got you. I got you.
What page was Orosco on?
Page 12.
Thank you. All right, are you all ready on Rodriguez?
Yes. Yes.
All right, are there applications in these?
Yes, Judge.
In both?
Yes, Judge. For regular, not deferred.
Okay.
Right, that I think I'm marked on this note.
Oh, no problem. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5019 and 2024 CR 010228 State versus Michael Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced?
Charles Bunk for Michael Rodriguez.
And are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Rodriguez, in each cause number, did you review the documents entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it? In each cause number, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, in each cause number, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State. In cause number 2024 CR 5019, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes.
Are you proceeding on the enhancements? Okay, thank you. And then in cause number 2024 CR 501. I'm sorry, and then in cause number 2024 CR 010228, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? All right, in each cause number, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
You're charged with forgery of financial instrument, repeater, and also unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Those are third-degree felonies, if the enhancements are true. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering these pleas, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into pleas in each of these cause numbers? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Rodriguez, in either of these cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each cause number, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? In each cause number, the state is requesting that your punishment be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $10,000 fine. The state recommends community supervision. The causes will run concurrently. State is taking in consideration 2024 CR 010332, 2024 CR 010226, and in the cause number ending in 19, there's to be restitution, if any, to Samuel Torres, and there's to be restitution to Diana Ornelas under cause number 2024 CR 010032. And you've agreed that you've been previously convicted of one or more felonies for purposes of enhancement. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
But except the I thought it was a $2,000 fine, not a $10,000.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's $2,000
Okay,
fine.
all right.
Your client agreed to the 10,000. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with the complainants. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then in cause number ending in 5019, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
And to the enhancement, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
And in cause number ending in 28, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State in each cause number any evidence.
Each case,
No objections.
All right, in each cause number, did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're giving up your right to confront any witnesses by I'm sorry. Did you understand by signing that you're giving up your right to a jury trial, the right for you to confront any witnesses and the right to remain silent? All right. Did you understand that what that means is the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will not be any live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right. All right, each cause number, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty, and the court will find the enhancements true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We would like to proceed today, Judge, yes.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I believe he's worthy of the plea bargain. We ask you to follow it. He has been incarcerated for approximately, he's been almost 5 months in jail for today, so I'd ask you consider that possibly when you sentence him to hopefully probate his fine.
All right, and the cause number ending in 5019. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 010228. Taking consideration 2024 CR 010332 and 2024 CR 010226. There's to be restitution and no contact with Samuel Torres and Diana Hernandez. And there's to be no contact with Christina Alman, ALEMAN. Are you employed?
Not at the moment.
All right, what do you do when you're in the free world?
I got 20 years in plumbing and landscaping and irrigation. So I should get a job quickly.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
4, 8, and 23.
All right, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, TAP evaluation out of custody, field visits one time per month for 6 months. Is there any gang affiliation with you? Okay. There is to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes. Once he completes parenting, it will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else he needs in that cause number? Is there anything else you need from the court in that cause number?
No, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome. And the cause number ending in 228. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. This run concurrent with 2024 CR 5019. Take in consideration 2024 CR 01032, 2024 CR 010226. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. Again, he completes parenting, it will be deemed satisfied. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. TAP evaluation out of custody. Field visits one time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else under that cause number? Is there anything else you need from the court under that cause number?
Oh, ma'am.
All right, and each of the cause numbers, did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because these are plea bargain agreements, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because these are felony convictions. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for my driven night evening.
All right, thank you. You too. Oh, thank you. You too.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay out of trouble.
I do. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
You're welcome.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Judge. May I have an excuse?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, very much.
All right, so we are going to go